Hey guys, it's a beautiful day here at the SQH, and I thought I'd do something a little different today and do an introduction video. So it occurred to me that most of the videos I put on YouTube I treat just like the ones I do on Facebook, but the difference is I know everybody on Facebook. They've known me my entire lives, and that's not the case with YouTube. So thought maybe I'd get on here and just kind of do a little introduction, tell you who I am and what we're doing. So my name's Cherish. I was born and raised in Kansas. Married my high school sweetheart who was born here in Northern California and then moved to Kansas as a child. When we got married, he brought me out to Northern California and I absolutely fell in love. Not so much with the cities, but definitely with the ocean and the forest, and I mean, just breathtaking and gorgeous. So long story short, we saved up for about 5 years and moved out to California. So his whole family lived in a city, not the city, not San Francisco, but definitely Bay Area, about an hour north of San Francisco. And so naturally we moved to the same city that they lived in. It was nice having the ocean and the forest within a half an hour. Not so nice having it so crowded. I mean, literally the houses are on top of each other, no yards. But you know, we made the best of it. He still would go hunting with his buddies, and then I grew like a container gardens, which I don't know if it's everyone's experience, but in my experience, you just don't yield very much food from container gardens. So we would have fresh food through the summer. Never did we have enough to put away for the winter. But that was just life, and we just made the best of it. We actually, being out here in Northern California, have access to awesome produce, locally grown all year long. You just have to buy it at the store. So that's what we did. So fast forward, we've been out here 10 years, and this past summer, my husband drills water wells. His name is Rocco. Anyway, his job offered him a position about an hour and a half north of us in the redwood forest to take over for a driller that was getting ready to retire. So we came up to check it out, fell in love with the place immediately. Like, we got here and said, oh, if we'd have known this place existed, we never would have lived in the city. But the dilemma that we had, so we have 3 kids. Our girls are 19 and 20, and our boy's 13. So in order to move up here, obviously our boy would have to change schools, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, no kid wants to change schools, but he's pretty easygoing and he likes country life, so he was pretty well on board. But the problem, the dilemma was our girls lived at home, but they go to college. So in order for us to make this move, there's no way that they could make the drive every day for school and work. So they would have to move out. So we really struggled with this decision just because, you know, as a parent, you are the end goal is always to raise adults, but when it comes right down to it, it's really, really hard to actually face the fact that they're going to move out and you won't have them at home anymore. So we prayed over it quite a bit, and we, discussed it for several months, and then we finally decided that, within the next couple of years, both girls will be off to finish their degree and out of the house anyway. So at that point, this opportunity would not be available. So we went ahead and made the decision to come up here. So we got our girls settled in their own places, and then waited for football season to be over. And then, so our boy would be done with that. And then we moved up here in about November. So absolutely love it. We are on the edge of the National Forest. Our house is surrounded by redwoods. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We've got a garden. This is weird because I can't flip my camera on a video. So we have a garden. The issue here is that we have terrible clay soil. Terrible. But my husband has a buddy that runs sheep, and so they worked out a deal where my husband went and cleaned out a barn and got to keep all of the aged sheep manure, which was about 9 yards. So he tilled that in the ground. It's still pretty packed. It's still pretty clay. I would love to get some wood chips. I actually have a call out to every single tree company in the area. So I'm on the list, and hopefully I'll get wood chips. In the meantime, we have spread straw for mulch. So that'll do. I know that as the years go by, my garden will get better and better. I don't expect a miracle this first year. However, the end goal is definitely to grow all our own food or raise our own food and to be just as self-sufficient as possible. It just nothing beats growing your own food and providing for yourself. So anyway, that's who we are. I think I hit everything. I don't have notes. It was just something I jumped on, wanted to introduce myself. I said that we have 3 kids. The girls do come up and see us at least once a month, so that's great. That's been the hardest thing. It's not hard. I mean, it's laborious to start a homestead, start a garden, start raising chickens, which we've done. Love that. But the physical part is not hard. The hard part has been the mental aspect of not having your babies home with you. So that's been basically the only struggle so far. Otherwise, we absolutely love it. No one around, you know, I don't have to deal with people constantly. Where we lived before in the city, if you went out on your back porch to have a phone conversation, every single neighbor knew what you said. I mean, it was ridiculous. So absolutely love it. So yeah, we have 3 kids. We have 2 dogs. They're both rescues. Champsky is a pit lab mix and Charlie is a bulldog. We've had Champ for 7 years and he's 8 years old, and we've had Charlie for 2 years and she's also probably about 8 years old. They weren't sure. So, you know, I put videos of my adventures with them. They're a handful. They keep me very busy. So we love them very much though. They're great, great dogs. We have chickens, and my husband's a saint because while we were moving up here, you know, I came across a family that was moving to Hawaii and looking to rehome their whole flock of chickens, and it was a great deal. I couldn't pass it up. They're great, healthy birds. And so in the midst of moving, and it was torrential rains, by the way, my husband took some time and built the chicken coop and made that happen so that we could adopt these chickens. So since then, one of them has gone broody and hatched out 9 of the 12 eggs she was sitting on. So that's a lot of fun. I enjoy that. So yeah, if you want to stick around and watch some videos of us getting this homestead going, learning as we go and figuring it out, then I'd love to have you. Some of the people that I have been following on YouTube that I find to be tremendously helpful, I've learned so much. Permaculture Chicken Ninja Justin Rhodes, I've learned a ton from that guy. He is very, very intelligent. I really appreciate his videos. I follow the Arms Family Homestead. A lot of great videos there, a lot of information. Keeping It Dutch, Stony Ridge Farmer, Weed 'em and Reap. Just a few that I follow. I follow a lot because this is all new. We always had a garden when I was a kid, but it's very, very different following your father around and just doing what he tells you to do versus being responsible for growing a garden by yourself. So I've really, really appreciated these families that are on YouTube. It's a great community. It's wonderful. I've learned a lot. So anyway, guys, that's who we are. Probably I forgot stuff. You'll catch other things in other videos. So have a great day, and we'll see you soon.